to put it into more specific terms in like an actual game here, if you're fighting a kind of hybrid or static army, what you kind of want to do is, I've got the ruler out here again. This is most units' threat range. If I'm walking up against these Space Marines, that's when they're going to start rapid firing me, and that's when I'm really going to lose everything. Some things obviously have farther range, like the assault cannons or the dreadnought. The dreadnought's really something you have to worry about with the las cannons and the missile launcher. So what you're going to do is, in a typical game, you want to stand back and you want to kind of hang back until you take care of all the really dangerous stuff. So in turn one, you can use, you have so many lances on the table here. In turn one, you can pop the dreadnought. If you're worried about that whirlwind, pop the whirlwind. Even if you just stun it, that's fine. Don't shoot anything else after it if you stun the vehicle that you're worried about. So just, stun or kill this, take its weapon off, whatever. You've got tons of lances, you should be able to handle it no problem. And you kind of want to hang back for this. Now, as you're going into turn 2, you have flicker fields, so you have a 5+ invuln. They're getting 6 inches off of their range, which is incredibly useful because of your Knight Shield. So, but don't be afraid to still hug cover, because you don't want to be boosting every turn. That's one of the biggest problems I see new players for Dark Eldar do, is they just boost everything straight towards the enemy. Turn 1, they'll land all their stuff like right here after a boost, and that's just not an intelligent move. If you do this, yeah, you have 4+ cover, but every single thing in their army, including melta-guns and furnace pistols, everything, even 6-inch ranges, will be able to shoot you. It makes no sense to do this. So you might as well only move 12 inches. And if you only move 12 inches, well, guess what? You can still shoot your one weapon. You can try to hug cover like this and still shoot. So you'll still probably, in a lot of cases, you might still be able to get that 4+ cover save. And then the following turn, you can go another 12 inches, which would have gotten you right to where you were anyway, and you can still disembark and assault everything and make it there. So there's no point jumping into the really close threat range of a lot of armies if you could hang back a turn, get the same exact benefits, and then skip over their entire threat range and assault them or shoot them or whatever in the same turn. So that's really pretty much probably one of the biggest mistakes I see. So a typical turn 1 movement here would probably look something kind of like this. You kind of want to fly everything forward, but you want to keep them in as much cover as possible. So obviously there will be more enemy forces, but there'll also be some more terrain on this half of the table. So you want to keep as much of it kind of hidden as possible. And so, and your Ravager can just kind of hang back like over here or something and shoot. So you kind of want to bunch up around this cover. You're getting the benefits from your other raiders, Grizzly Talismans if anything gets shot down. And most of your things have their 5+ invuln and possibly 4+ cover too. So you get to shoot a lot of stuff. You want to target their long-range weapons first. Anything that you think can take down your raiders during their following turn. After that, now this is where a lot of players go wrong, is the Dark Eldar are kind of a really striking army, meaning that they don't just stand back and shoot. Imperial Guards stand back and shoot. Tau stand back and shoot. They're not an assaulting army. They're not Tyranids. You don't just send everything forward and run it and move it as far towards the enemy as possible every single turn. They can win a lot of assaults. They have some extremely powerful units like Incubi. You don't want to just send them all forward as far as they can go every turn. You kind of move forward. You kind of play just outside of their real threat range. If their melta-guns can shoot to here, don't go there. Go, if they could move and shoot their melta-gun up to this point, you know what, they go right there. Don't end your movement right there. That's just dumb. That's asking to die. So, kind of keep things right back, right at the edge of their real harsh threat range, and you might be able to draw some of them forward, and then you could move forward a little bit, shoot your short-range lances from inside and rapid fire into them and take out a unit. Or if they're not taking the bait, then all in one turn, after everything's kind of right near where their threat range ends, then in one round, you move everything forward. There you go. You move everything forward 12 inches, right in their face. If you're playing an assaulting army, or if you have like a squad of incubi in here, disembark them. Get ready to assault. You can fleet with almost everything, so you can move that 12 inches. You can disembark about 3. You can fleet up to 6, and you can assault another 6. So you can really hang back and make this full strike in one round. And anything that you need to shoot, if you only move 6 inches, you could still shoot. If you needed the full 12, you can move 12, disembark them, and then shoot. And in this one round, in whatever turn this is that you were able to get everything up here all at once, right in the kill zone, you need to pretty much kill almost their entire army in this turn. And it is extremely doable with Dark Eldar. Just keep in mind, you only get the twin link splinter racks on splinter rifles and pistols, I believe, not on the splinter cannons. But you don't get that once you disembark. So if you need to stay inside, if you can still do it from only moving 6 inches, do that. Otherwise, you move them forward, disembark, kill. Disembark your entire army, wipe out almost the entire opposing force in one round, and you're good to go. After that, whatever's left you can mop up, but I would recommend re-embarking, and then just moving around 6 inches and continuing to shoot them to death, or assault them. You don't have to leave your guys out and exposed if you're playing like a warrior shooting list like I do. So that's pretty much it. Remember, in this particular example, these warriors honestly aren't going to get shot much. They're chilling back there. They are shooting a bunch of Dark Lance shots every turn. But the opponent usually can't sacrifice enough shots to whittle them down to 2 guys so they can actually kill the Dark Lance. So they just give up. So these are already controlling your objective, if this is an objective game. And then these can just contest every objective or control every objective, because guess what? Almost every unit I have here will be scoring. That's pretty much how this list plays. If it's kill points, by hanging back like this, getting the cover save, by not moving into their kill zone, you're saving yourself a lot of kill points in Raiders. And by making this strike all in one turn, you're cutting back on the amount of retaliation you get. You have to fight with your whole army at once. You have to take out any stragglers in their army before you make this strike. Because when you're hanging back, you can move forward, maybe do a quick little burst of shooting with 3 raiders of guys, and take out any units they send forward away from the rest of their army. So that's pretty much it. That's how I would really recommend playing this. I will have some more in-depth strategies coming up in the next few days, hopefully. So be sure to check that out. Post if you have any questions or if you have any videos you want me to make about these or specific units. And I'll see you guys later.